Aloha once again, friends and family. Welcome back to the reading. Ascension to the fifth dimension. And we are in the section on awakening your new abilities. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There is no stopping the human collective and the momentum that is carrying you forward. There is nothing that we can see as a possibility to bring your movement forward, your evolution, to a halt. You are magnificent beings of love and light, and you are awakening more and more every day to the truth of who you are. There is no one and nothing outside of you that can prevent your shift in consciousness. You are readying yourselves for tremendous leaps forward and granting yourselves access to more and more of who you are every day. Therefore, do not be surprised to awaken to new abilities within yourselves. Do not be surprised when you begin to hear and see things that you did not hear and see previously. You are morphing into higher dimensional beings, and as that process continues, you grant yourselves access to those abilities in small spurts and in minor occurrences. Now, once you have had one of these episodes, you can call it a fluke, or you can decide that it is an ability that you're gaining more access to and that you are learning how to utilize more effectively. You ultimately want to access these abilities more consciously, and ultimately you will. There's no question about that. The question is whether you will be patient with yourselves while you are on this journey of awakening these abilities. You are going to enjoy the experience, or are you always going to be waiting for the next experience and the next? Are you always going to be looking for confirmation that what you received or what you perceived was real? We suggest that you continue to live your lives and to not get too hung up on when you will be able to access all of your abilities whenever you want to have access to them. We suggest that you take each of these experiences as indication that you are moving forward, you are making progress, and that there will always be more to come. But you can always enjoy what you have right now. You can always enjoy the increased access that you're experiencing and the knowing that there is always more to come. You get to decide how you experience this awakening process and this ascension process, and you never have to worry that you are going to be left behind just because someone else is accessing more of their abilities than you are. When you find yourselves in one of those scenarios, just process those emotions that come up and feel happy for your friend. What anyone else can do, you can do as well, and it's all just a matter of timing. It is a beautiful sight to witness you all synchronizing with the energies of your higher selves. Seeing you move from the egoic perspective to the perspective of your higher self is absolutely stunning to behold. You are not just moving from one dimension to another, you are adding dimensionality to yourselves. You are becoming more of who you are, and incorporating the energies of your higher self is precisely how you do that. You have always been your higher selves, your oversouls, and you have always been source energy. But knowing that, experiencing it, and harmonizing with those energies is something that you have not done while in these physical bodies. Not completely. You are still in the process of becoming the fifth dimensional version of who you are. The version of who you are who knows the deeper connection that you have with all beings. You have acquired quite a bit of baggage as you have operated from the egoic perspective for countless lifetimes. In the removal of the baggage, what is revealed to you is more of your true self, your higher self, that aspect of you that holds space for you and for the knowing of yourselves as divine beings and members of a greater collective. The way that you shed your baggage is by owning it. The way that you own it is by releasing all of your resistance to it. As you release resistance and judgment, you have a pure experience of yourselves. You are not here to perfect anything. You are here to experience it all. And when you recognize that everything that you've experienced has served you in some way, you can drop that resistance and you can drop that judgment, and you operate more fully as your higher selves. And as you do, you slip right into the fifth dimensional frequency range. And that is when it seems like you've got to an entirely new reality. You have taken yourselves to so many different turning points in your journeys as a collective. And you have always taken the path that leads to ascension for humanity. You have had many opportunities to take yourselves down a different path, a path that would ultimately lead you to more third-dimensional experiences and the playing out of the same types of victim and perpetrator roles that you've been playing for eons in the solar system. You have opted for a gradual shift. You have decided to take yourselves to the fifth dimension by focusing on what is in front of you in your personal lives, and by allowing yourselves to get triggered by what is happening on a national and international scale. When the option arises for humanity to experience some sort of gigantic cataclysmic event, you always opt for a more peaceful transition, a more gentle one. When you face the challenges and the tragedies and the traumas that are occurring in your own personal lives, that can seem very much like you are taking the route of the cataclysmic event. What is important to you is what matters the most. And when you are experiencing something that is very personal and very private, and also very challenging and traumatic, you are doing a tremendous work. And you are giving yourselves an opportunity to make the choice that you didn't make in Lemuria, and you didn't make in Atlantis. Now that you are ready to shift your consciousness, recognize that the earth is ready as well. The earth is supporting you on your journey. The extraterrestrials that are here to help you are supporting you. And we are, of course, coming through vessels like our channel here to serve and to help in whatever way that we can. However, we want to make this very clear. You as a human collective are making the choice to ascend in the way that you are ascending. It is not a decision that was made before you incarnated. It is not a decision that is being made for you. It is your decision because you realize that having your own personal experiences and holding compassion in your hearts for others as a result of those experiences is what serves you and the collective most. It is an awakening of more than just your ego that is occurring as you recognize that the shift in consciousness is a universal occurrence. You must recognize that you are shifting at every level of your beingness. Your higher selves and your oversouls exist in higher dimensional states, higher frequency states, and yet they are shifting as well. They are having their own form of an awakening experience. What this means is you will be connecting to and feeling and experiencing a different type of oversoul being as the shift is completed. You are becoming your higher self. You are becoming the embodiment of your higher self. But you will not be the same higher self that you have been relating to and receiving all of your years on planet Earth in this lifetime. So you and your higher self are merging to create something new, something more magnificent than has ever been experienced. And of course, we are shifting as well. As source energy continues to expand, continues to create, explore, and experience more of itself. There is no end to this journey. There is no place that we are all going. It is all about experiencing more of ourselves, awakening more aspects of who we already are, and then using what we uncover to create something new, some new experience of reality. We are both the experiencers of this journey, and we are all creating it as well, creating it as we go, receiving feedback from our experiences and bringing that new information to that which we are in the process of creating, exploring, and experiencing. The energies of the shift are also about merging. They are about merging perspectives, merging the physical and the non-physical, merging the divine feminine with the divine masculine. They are about merging darkness with light, merging polarities. And like mixing colors creates a different color, we are all in the process of creating something that has never before been experienced, and that is exciting. And that is the way it will always be as we come together as a universal collective in this shift and recognize ourselves as the source energy that is having the ride of its life. We welcome you to a new era in the evolution of your consciousness as energetic beings who align yourselves with physical bodies. You have awakened within yourself certain aspects of your consciousness that have been asleep for generations on your planet, and these aspects are taking you back to when you were approaching a fifth dimensional frequency range while on the continent of Atlantis. You can take yourselves to that time period and feel how connected you all were to your higher selves during the final years of life on Atlantis. There was a great deal of discord on the continent before it sank because your fifth dimensional expressions were not ready to experience the energy of planet Earth. And so, in a sense, humanity sank Atlantis to protect the sanctity of your higher selves, your fifth dimensional selves. But now you are ready to make that shift. You are ready to embody that energy. You are ready to become your higher selves in the flesh, and the earth is ready for it as well. The earth is an expression of your collective consciousness, and the earth has shifted herself to a fifth dimensional frequency range. Now, because you are still able to perceive planet Earth, that must mean you are holding a fifth dimensional frequency state more often than not. That must mean that you are ready for a full ascension experience, and you are finally ready to clear the trauma that you all experienced as a human collective when Atlantis sank. This is a momentous occasion for the human collective, as you are not only able to download the knowledge that humanity was able to hold within its consciousness on Atlantis, you are also able to reveal to yourselves what it was like to feel that closeness to your full expression as your higher selves. Now that this journey is coming to an end and a new journey is beginning, you can all start to relax, to let go of the concerns that you have brought into your lives since your birth, and you can begin to feel the freedom of being deliberate and conscious creators of this new earth and the experience of humanity on it. From our perspective, you are taking the appropriate amount of time to work through the lower frequency energies that are still present on planet Earth. You are assimilating the higher frequency energies at a rate that is also quite appropriate, and the effects of all the work that you are doing on yourselves and on the planet are taking time to reveal themselves. We want you to understand that these are the times when you will feel the least amount of satisfaction from all that you are doing, all that you are experiencing, all that you are processing. And it will take less time for you to see and feel the effects of what you are doing in the coming months and years. Therefore, greater feedback from the universe is coming, and more recognizable effects are going to make themselves visible and known to you. There is no fast track here. There is no simple or easy solutions to what it is that you are going through in your individual lives and as a collective. The fast and easy way is the more desired way, but it ultimately will be less satisfying and filled with holes. Therefore, anyone who tells you that they have an easy way or a faster way is probably either unaware of the truth of your situation or wants very much to believe that there is a faster and or easier way to ascend. To give you an analogy, if climbing to the top of the tallest mountain were easy, then what would be the point of doing it? What kind of satisfaction could be gained if you never broke a sweat, or got out of breath, or needed to rest along the way? We want all of you to rest, to know that everything is unfolding appropriately and in the perfect timing. And we want you to let go of the ideas of a simple solution or a fast track. Accept that where you are is perfect, that you are perfect, and that your experiences are coming to you perfectly. to give you exactly what you need to move you forward, to build you up, and to give you that sense of satisfaction that you will have as you complete your shift in consciousness. We have listened to the prayers that humanity has been offering for quite some time. We are familiar with your desires. You have allowed yourselves to experience a myriad of changes while you are awaiting this new earth that you want to create and experience. And there is a great deal of effort on your part to bring about the changes, to let in all that you've been asking for. What is most important at this time, however, is that you look to help each other. When you give and receive help to and from other humans, you create a deepening of the unity that is so natural to the human race. And that is how you are going to assist one another in the bringing about of the new earth that you want to inhabit. It is going to be an earth of cooperation. It is going to be an earth of collaboration. And it is going to be an earth of sharing. You all chose different skill sets so that you would need each other, so that you would each complete a piece of the puzzle, and so that you would connect with one another. Think about the amount of planning that has gone into putting each and every human on planet Earth at this precise time. Think about how wonderful it is that you have some people who are thriving most when they are working with technology, and other people who are thriving most when they are gardening and farming and working with the land. You have every type of profession and every type of profession in just the right amount to create a balance of opportunity and plenty of opportunities for helping each other. See what you can do for each other without needing to have or even exchange or reciprocation, so that you can get used to this idea of trusting that you will be taken care of, that the person or persons that you need to help you accomplish something will come along. Trust that the energy you put out will come back to you, and will come back to you with love, not obligation. And you will find yourselves living on that new earth before you know it. We take great pride in letting you in our latest assessment, letting you in on our latest assessment of humanity. You have turned a corner and have begun to shake yourselves free of the idea of oppression and persecution on your world. There has been a spiritual uprising with enough of you who recognize that no one outside of you can make you a victim. And that realization within each of you who has awakened is enough to tip the scales for humanity. When you are able to see another as acting on your behalf, when you are able to see the other as a co-creator, that's when you know you have moved past the need to co-create an experience of oppression. You lift the veil and you see yourself in the mirror staring back at you. You see that the game you've been playing is not with the reptilians or the Anunnaki or even the Illuminati. It's not with the corporations, the banks, or the politician. The game you've been playing is with yourself. And when you wake up to this knowing, when you understand that there is no one out there who can control your destiny, That's when you loosen up enough to allow in all of the energy that you've been summoning as you've been playing that game of being the victim. Now is the time for you to receive all that you've been asking for, and it's as simple as taking your attention away from the idea of the oppressor and the idea that anyone in your life can keep you from what you've been summoning. There is a shift occurring for all of humanity because of those like you. And when the majority of people on the planet are also ready to receive what they've been summoning, you're going to have a monumental shift in the way that you deal with each other economically. You will no longer experience hierarchies, persons of authority, or mass amounts of power. You will experience equality and harmony and freedom. All of that is what you've just turned the corner towards. And now, as we have said, it's just a matter of opening yourselves up to receive it. It is wonderful to witness the evolution of your consciousness. We have observed many of you shifting on a personal level in ways that you would like to see the entire collective shifting. But you are the ones who are leading the way, and therefore your personal shifts are the most important ingredients in what is happening on the collective scale. You, living your lives, facing your fears, and releasing your judgments are more powerful than the governments, the politicians, and even the shadow governments. Your lives are a microcosm of what is happening on the universal scale, and so you must be willing to see the significance of your role in all of this. Take our word for it. You are the gears that are moving the entire structure, and what you are doing is greatly appreciated. Perhaps you find yourself in dispute with someone else, and you decide to take the high road and apologize. Or perhaps you make a concerted effort to see the situation from the perspective of the other. Or maybe you are just beaming unconditional love to the other person with whom you are having a dispute. How you do it is up to you, but you and your willingness to release yourselves from the bondage of a conflict or a grudge is the way that you are going to help the entire collective. You cannot measure how your lives are affecting the universe and everyone in it with tools. Therefore, all you can do is to keep living your lives. Keep seeking out new ways for your expansion, for you to experience expansion, and keep letting others off the hook. When you have faced your oppressor, when you have faced your fear, when you have faced yourself in the mirror, and you have seen the opportunity for love and compassion, that is how you know you are on the right track. That is how you know you are fulfilling your purpose, and that is your destiny. So you might as well go there now. You might as well do it consciously. You might as well forgive and forget and move on to what the universe has in store for you. You have begun to explore some of the depths of your beingness. You have a particular frequency range that you generally stay within. Right now, a great deal of you are exploring the depths of that frequency range, and you are encountering emotions and circumstances in your lives that you would rather not even admit were there. Now, those of you who are experiencing this very challenging aspect of who you have been in the third dimension are not always able to remember the bigger picture here. The bigger picture is that all of this is meant to take you to a higher frequency range. First, you need to lighten your load. First, you need to experience that which has been hiding in the corners, in the shadows, and in all other places that you would rather not look. Once you have encountered these aspects of yourself and these circumstances in your lives, and you are able to face them, you no longer need to continue to hold on to them. You no longer need any judgments or any attachments that are holding you down, holding you back, and keeping you from experiencing yourselves as higher frequency beings. But you do need to allow yourselves to be where you are right now and to confront what is coming up in your experience. When you are in one of your more challenging times, remember the bigger picture. Remember that what you are doing here is more than just surviving, and it is even more than just thriving in the physical. What you are doing here is to integrate on a very large scale so that the whole you can make the transition to the fifth dimensional frequency range. And when you remember that very big fact about your journey, you can put the problems, the issues, and challenges into perspective. You can see them for what they are. They are the fuel that is meant to be ignited by the higher frequencies. And they are meant to propel you into an entirely new reality. You are making progress in ways that you cannot measure with instruments. These are not quantifiable steps, and therefore they are mysterious. There is a part of you who can track the progress that you are making, but it is not a conscious aspect of self. And therefore you must rely on those beings like us, and you must trust that we are giving it to you straight. The progress that you are making is with the creation of a new earth, the creation of a new fifth dimensional reality. So you can see why it is immeasurable and difficult to detect from where you sit. Many of you are reaching for and yearning for this new earth to take hold in your experience. But ultimately, it is something that is still under construction. However, we can see the completed results of all your efforts, and we are here to tell you that you are inheriting a magnificent planet filled with love and equality, filled with peace and acceptance. You will not get to this new earth by hammering away at the old one. You don't need to chisel away at the governments, the economic systems, and the corporation and banks in order to get there. You simply have to embrace your inner realm. You have to believe that this new earth exists inside of you and that it will appear in front of you when you are ready to inherit it. So that is why it is more important for you to go within yourselves and feel for the energy that you are using to create your reality. And at times, it is necessary to let go of your attempts to change the physical reality that you currently experience. And certainly, you want to let go of any need to change any other person that you experience in your physical reality, no matter how much power that person seems to have. There is a letting go of the old earth that is necessary in order to move to the new one. And you are capable of doing this gracefully without large natural disasters or other catastrophic events, because you are creating this new earth within yourselves, and you are allowing yourselves entry and passageway to the new earth you have created. There has been a shift going on in the consciousness of what you would refer to as the animal kingdom. The earth is shifting, which means the plant and mineral kingdoms are shifting as well. And the animal kingdom is shifting along with the human collective. Many of you have an affinity for a pet or several pets, and many of you feel a resonance with the animal life that you have on planet Earth. You recognize the high frequency that these beings are putting out. You see them as beings of service, because that's what they are, and you feel attracted to their energy because they are not only grounding your planet with the energy they give off, but they also help you to attain and maintain a higher frequency state. If you watch the animals, it is easy for you to see how this is the case. You can observe how relaxed they are, how present they are, and how much they enjoy the simple act of being exactly who they are. They are the best spiritual teachers that you have on the planet. In many ways, they are true extensions of Mother Earth's energy. They are the essence of Earth in physical form, and they are maintaining a high frequency because it comes natural to them to do so. But they also agreed to be that for you. They agreed to always reflect to you that which you needed to see and to hold space for as you make your transition with them. But they certainly are leading the way. Many of you understand the significance of the dolphins and the whales and the canines and the felines. Others of you resonate very much with the birds of your world. It doesn't matter which animals speak to you and call to you with their frequency. All that matters is that you are being given an invitation, an opportunity to match that frequency. Feel for the vibration coming off of the animals that you have access to. Let them guide you not only to a peaceful and more relaxed state of being in your now moment, let them guide you to the fifth dimension and beyond. Chapter 2: Creating Your Reality. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have observed the human condition for quite some time, and we are amazed at how determined you are as a species to get what you want, to live the life of your dreams. The desires that you have fuel you. They give your life purpose and meaning, and they take you to new heights that you could not have otherwise found. The reason that we bring this to your attention is because we want to lighten your load a bit and let you know how much is occurring on your behalf. You do not need to do so much at this point. You still may believe in hard work, perseverance, and struggle, because these are things that you can do to get you what you want and where you want to go. But these are not states of being that you want to be in. And we want to remind you of that. This is why we and others are always telling you about letting go and surrendering. We tell you to go with the flow because the flow is natural. It is already in motion, and it is taking you to where you want to go. Struggling will only lead to more struggling. Being is your true nature. You are human beings, and we are here to assist you in creating the state of being that you want to hold. The state of being always comes first, and your lives are meant to inspire you to desire certain states of being. We invite you to relax into those states of being. We invite you to reward yourselves for what you have already done, for what you have already accomplished. And we want you to realize that the ride that you are on now is a downhill journey. There's nothing for you to prove, and there's nowhere for you to go other than where you are inevitably ascending into. When you decide that you are going to experience what you want to experience with ease and joy as your guides and as your states of being, that is when you know you are on the right track. That is when the journey takes over and delivers you what you want. And when you do receive, you realize that it always was about finding the ease and the joy within yourselves and not about finding something to do or something to accomplish. You are the most significant accomplishment of your lives, and you continue to become more. You are ascending with a sense of where you have been embedded in that journey. And that sense, that knowing, is creating for you a more intense and potentially enjoyable experience. You are the witnesses to your own journeys, And some of you are becoming more aware of the lifetimes that you've led prior to this one. The more you recall, the more you can be a witness to, the more of that energy you take with you on your path to the fifth dimension. It is significant to recognize that you are not just leaving everything behind. Everything that you have ever lived in every single lifetime is valuable data. You have been explorers, and you have been exploring experiences and emotions. What you are doing with that data that you have collected is very interesting. From the experiences that you've had, you are creating the experiences you want to have as fifth dimensional beings. And the emotions that you have allowed yourselves to feel are meant to inform you about their corresponding vibrations. If you can match the experiences that you want to have with the vibrations that you can extract from the emotions felt, then you really have something. You have the raw materials to create a beautiful world and life experience. You have the tools to get you there. The more you familiarize yourself with how everything feels, the easier it is for you to activate within yourselves that which you want to feel and therefore create within. This is why it's so important to embrace experiences and emotions, but it is also important for you to know that you have the power to create. You are the creators of the reality you've been experiencing. And so you will be the aspect of yourself that has been doing all of the fine-tuning of that creating. You are becoming your higher selves, and that is an enormous undertaking. You are taking the energy that you receive and morphing it into objects, circumstances, relationships, and new realities. You are taking consciousness and blending it with the higher frequency energies that are all around you. You see, you are a part of every creation. When you fathom the idea that there is no separation, you sometimes forget that it includes all of your experiences. You are not separate from what you experience, and you create using your own consciousness. So nothing is ever happening to you. It is all happening because of you, not only because you exist, but also because you cannot help but create more of that which you are. Therefore, you want to create with the parts of yourself that you want to experience more of. You can embrace all parts of yourself and still be selective about which aspects you choose to create with. You are bringing about a whole new experience of the fifth dimension. And what you may not realize at this point is that you are that experience of the fifth dimension. It is you. You are the primary creation. So while it is interesting to learn about other worlds, other star systems, all of your abilities, and everything else that is coming to your awareness, the most important factor is always going to be you. You will always be the primary event, the primary circumstance, the primary experience. Everything else around you is always going to fall into place to reflect back to you not only who you are, but who you are choosing to be. Therefore, if you want to have a different experience of your world, you need to create a different experience of yourself. There is nothing more important than that you are aware. Be aware of what you are vibrating. Be aware of what you are choosing. Be aware of which aspects of yourself you are using to create your reality. And through that awareness, you will most certainly choose wisely. You have the creative ability to experience anything at all that you want to experience. You are now capable of jumping timelines and crossing over into parallel universes using nothing more than the abilities that you were born with. You have been practicing, honing your skills, and awakening new abilities to bring you to this point in your evolution. Now that you are awakened and practiced, we suggest that you experience the full extent of what you are capable of doing. When you want to experience something, if your desire is strong enough, then you will focus on the vibration of what you want to experience. And without any knowledge of how to jump a timeline or slide into a different parallel universe, you will. The first step in creating something new is letting go of what you have been experiencing. You let go of the same old experiences by releasing your resistance to them and your judgments of them. When you stop shaming and blaming yourselves for where you are and where you have been, you put yourself in the point of the creation process where many more possibilities are available. When you are tuning yourself to match the experiences that you want to have, remember that everything exists within you. The only way to miss your mark is to ignore it. If you ignore your power, if you ignore the potential that you have within you, then you will continue to be hypnotized by your current reality, your current life circumstances. But none of you are fated to be living anything at this point in your evolution. You are all awakened creators of your reality. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. We'll leave it there, my friends and family, until next time. Bear with me, I'm kind of doing an experiment here. I've never known how to run the music just on my phone whilst recording a video like this. So I've got the volume on the music all the way as low as it'll go. And it seemed like when I tested it, if I speak closer to the mic, that it balanced out pretty well. So I don't know. If it's terrible, I probably won't upload it, but if it's usable, then I'll upload it. And if the music is too loud or something's out of whack, forgive me. I don't have editing capabilities and all that. I do one take, and I have to get it right on one take or the whole thing gets thrown out. And I've never done it like this, so you and me both are about to find out how it works, or if it works. So anyway, we'll see you on the next reading, probably tomorrow. We leave you in the love, unity, and light of the infinite Creator. Amazing times.